My name is Leo Miller. I'm Chichi. I'm what you'd call recently unemployed. For 3 months, I've been half-heartedly live streaming to a stable audience of three: my mom, my Aunt Carol, and a platform bot. That is, until I was cleaning out my grandpa's old house and found a black obsidian seal engraved with what looked like archaic Latin, Vox Populi in unum verdis. On a whim, I joked to my viewers, by royal decree, we appoint you knight of our guard. 3 seconds later, the chat exploded. The 3 pit bulls downstairs just bowed to me. The cup noodles in my hands went flying all over my keyboard. That's when I realized this wasn't some tourist trap souvenir. It was the real deal. From that day on, my stream stopped being a pity party and became my throne room. I'm Leo Miller, and I graduated this past summer from a decent but forgettable state school. My classmates were all on a set path. Some went to grad school, others landed government jobs. The ones with connections walked into cushy corporate gigs, and the rich kids flew off to find themselves in Europe. Then there was me, the triple threat of mediocrity. No connections, no special certifications, no impressive internships. I've sent out, in total, 927 resumes. 919 of them were left on read. 8 were rejections. The one and only interview I landed was for a security guard position at a local strip mall. It paid $1,200 a month, no benefits, and required rotating night shifts. I was renting a shoebox apartment in the least glamorous part of Queens, a tiny, partitioned room on the top floor of a walk-up. In the summer, the inside temperature hit 100 degrees. It was too hot to sleep during the day and too hot to sleep at night. My only appliance was a ceiling fan that wobbled more erratically than my mental state, and it only circulated hot air. Rent was $600 a month, first and last month's plus security deposit. After paying it, my bank account balance was a pathetic $25.76. My life during that period could be summed up in 4 words: a total dumpster fire. My mom sent me the same soul-crushing texts every single day. Any luck with the job search? When are you coming home to get a real job? If you ask for money again, I'm blocking your number. My dad was more direct. Just deliver for DoorDash. It's better than lying around the house like a corpse. It's not that I didn't want to do anything. It's that the job market is an absolute meat grinder. A bachelor's degree is basically a high school diploma now, and grad students are a dime a dozen. A nobody like me, with no background and no special skills, couldn't even get a spot as cannon fodder. Out of desperation, I started streaming, following my roommate's lead. Other streamers did things. They unboxed products, sang, played video games, did wild stunts, or dished out relationship advice. My streams consisted of staring into space, sighing, eating instant ramen, complaining about job hunting, and occasionally having a full-blown meltdown on camera. My channel name was equally uninspired: a postgrad's guide to surviving unemployment. The viewer count was permanently stuck at 3. My mom was there to criticize me, my Aunt Carol was there to pity me, and the platform bot was there to fill a slot. Sometimes the bot would disconnect, leaving the 2 of them to hold down the fort. After a month of streaming, my total earnings were $2.13, all from Aunt Carol sending me little heart and rose emojis. Forget supporting myself. I was splitting a single pack of ramen into 2 meals. I finally hit my breaking point. I called my mom and told her I had to come back to my hometown for a few days. If I stayed in the city any longer, I was genuinely going to starve. She scoffed and Venmo'd me $20 for bus fare. Not a penny more. Back home, bored out of my mind, I started rummaging through the storage room in my grandparents' old house, a place no one had entered for decades. I was hoping to find some old coins or silver dollars, maybe even some vintage stamps I could sell at a pawn shop for a few bucks. After about half an hour of digging, I felt a red lacquered wooden box under a pile of old junk. The lock was rusted shut. With a little bit of force, it snapped right off. There were no jewels or gold inside, just a heavy, pitch-black seal. It was cool to the touch and surprisingly dense. Carved into its base were 8 words in an old script: Vox Populi in unum verdis. My first thought was, my great-grandfather probably got ripped off a museum gift shop. This is a pretty convincing replica, though. I pocketed it, took it back to my apartment in the city, and tossed it next to my streaming setup, ready to continue my pathetic career. That night, I went live at 8 p.m. as usual. I'd already decided on the stream title, a masterpiece of slacker chic. Day 94 of unemployment. Host has lost his mind. Appointing vassals to pass the time. I sat down, picked up the obsidian seal, and waved it at the camera, my voice flat with exhaustion. Behold, my loyal subjects, the seal of the Republic, the symbol of ultimate power. For the low price of $9.99.99. No takers? Fine, then I'll just crown myself. It was a total joke. I expected nothing. The next second, a line of translucent, pale gold text flashed in front of my eyes, visible only to me. Ping. Ancient sovereign system successfully bound a host. Leo Miller. Identity authenticated. Provisional sovereign of the people. Core abilities. Your word is law. The seal appoints office. A decree determines rank. An imprint determines fortune. Rules of engagement. May not cause grievous harm. May not break the law. May not alter fate or control life and death. May only bestow buffs related to aura, luck, positive energy, and social/psychological well-being. Security warning. Those with malicious intent who touch the seal will be overwhelmed by its sovereign aura, instilling awe and compelling them toward betterment. I froze in my chair. The half-eaten cup of ramen I was holding crashed onto my keyboard. Broth seeped between the keys, but I didn't even notice. I pinched my thigh. Hard. The pain was sharp and real. I wasn't dreaming, I hadn't passed out from hunger, and I wasn't having a psychotic break. Just then, the first non-family viewer entered the stream. Username, _doglover. He posted in the chat, "Yo, nice prop, dude. Looks legit. You get that on Wish?" Something snapped in my brain. My inner drama geek took over. I raised the seal, aimed it at his username on the screen, and intoned in my best imitation of a king from a fantasy show, "We hereby appoint you knight of our guard." So let it be decreed. I was just messing around. Honestly. 3 seconds passed. _doglover. _doglover. OMG. 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 _doglover. I was just taking out the trash and the 3 stray dogs in our alley that bark at everyone. They saw me, flattened themselves against the wall, and wouldn't even look up. My eyes widened. My mom immediately posted in the chat, "Leo, stop this nonsense and go look for a job." Aunt Carol added, "Honey, maybe we should see a doctor. You might be under too much stress." I took a deep breath, aimed the seal at my mom's username, and said solemnly, "Queen Mother, you may dispense with the formalities. Be at ease." She replied instantly, "Huh? My back just stopped hurting. I was just kneeling on the floor, sorting laundry for an hour, and when I stood up, I felt totally fine." In that moment, a single thought crystallized in my mind. This dark, heavy rock in my hand was the real deal. And I, Leo Miller, a broke, unemployed loser who couldn't even make rent, had just taken the throne. I barely slept that night. I spent hours examining the seal and testing the system's rules. I discovered the system was incredibly strict with no loopholes. First, I had to appoint a real viewer in the live stream. It didn't work on thin air, objects, or pictures. Second, I had to say the title out loud while making the motion of stamping the seal. Both actions were required. Third, the appointments could only grant positive buffs. I couldn't curse people, harm them, or target them with negative effects. Fourth, appointing someone with malicious intent would automatically trigger a suppression effect, forcing them to abandon their ill will. The short version, do good, not evil. Bless, don't harm. Support, don't bully. The next evening at 8 p.m., I went live right on schedule. I changed the stream title to, "Don't sub, we'll just give you a royal appointment." As soon as the stream started, the usual 3 viewers were there. My mom, Aunt Carol, and the bot. I cleared my throat and spoke to the camera with mock seriousness. "My loyal counsel, this court is now in session. If you have business to report, speak now. If not, don't leave. Just hang out with us for a while." My mom, "Less fantasy, more job applications tomorrow." Me, "Worry not, Queen Mother. Your son is about to take flight. I'll be treating you to steak dinner soon." My dad must have logged on because 2 words appear in the chat. So delusional. Me. Just then, Iron Grip from last night burst into the channel, bringing 5 friends with him. The viewer count instantly jumped to 8. _doglover. Your Majesty. Was last night for real? Like, for real, for real? Me, a king does not jest. Iron grip underscore dog lover. Then appoint me again. I want to be a general. I want an aura that screams, don't mess with me. I smiled, raised the obsidian seal, and tapped it gently toward the screen. We appoint you Guardian General. May your presence be commanding. May wrongdoers shy away. May you face conflict without fear, and may you never lose an argument. Your physical deterrence is now maxed out. 10 seconds later. Iron grip underscore dog lover. Holy crap. Iron grip underscore dog lover. I just went down a lobby to get a package, and 2 huge drunk guys were blocking the door. Normally, I would have just walked a long way around, but today I just looked at them, and they immediately moved aside, and one of them even called me sir. The chat went wild. Iron Grip's friends spammed the feed with question marks and exclamation points. Is this for real? Gotta be a script, right? Dude, this is a pretty good bit, not gonna lie. No way, this is too weird. It can't actually work. Your Majesty, appoint me. I'm a skeptic. I said calmly, for those who believe, there is power. For those who do not, there is peace. We force this upon no one. Just as I finished, a classic internet troll joined the chat. Username, just here to argue. He started ranting immediately. Stop the act, you fraud. This is some medieval LARP cringe. The script is pretty convincing, though. You want me to send you a sports car emoji to make it look real? I raise an eyebrow. The classic contrarian. Finally, me. We appoint you Captain of Candor. Just here to argue. Captain of what now? Who are you trying to scare? Me. You are now cursed to speak your mind, with a heart free of deceit. You will not tell a lie. You will not hide ill intent. You will expose scams when you see them and call out injustice when you hear it. You have lost control of your filter. He sneered. Is that it? Let's see what you've got. The next night, the moment I went live, just here to argue was the first one in the chat. Just here to argue, dude. I can't control my mouth. Just here to argue. At work today, I called out my boss for slacking off, secretly docking our pay, and fudging his expense reports in front of everyone. Just here to argue. My coworkers all started clapping. My boss's face turned purple. Just here to argue. Help. Someone staple my mouth shut. The entire chat erupted in laughter. Wilmo, a captain of candor, he wasn't kidding. That's one way to become the ultimate straight shooter. His Majesty is on fire. This bit is absolutely insane. Every troll on the internet needs to be appointed captain of candor. The troll was practically begging. Your Majesty, I'm sorry. I'll never argue again. Please undo it. I need this job. Me. To know your faults and correct them is the highest form of wisdom. We hereby revoke your title and return you to the status of commoner. And just like that, his world went quiet. That night, for the first time ever, my live viewer count broke 100. They had all come to see the Livestream Emperor appointing his court. I started matching appointments to viewers' needs, making them practical and targeted. No fluff, no nonsense. Every title corresponded to a buff that modern people desperately needed. A student posted in the chat, Your Majesty, I have my finals tomorrow. Please help me not to fail. I've already failed this class twice. Me. We appoint you Scholar of the Athenaeum. May your mind be clear, your reasoning sharp, and may every guess be a correct one. The next day, the student returned. I passed. I guessed on all the multiple choice questions and got them right. The professor, who always stares at me, didn't even give me a second glance. Scholars of the Athenaeum are the GOAT. An office worker typed, Your Majesty, my boss is constantly gaslighting me, making empty promises and docking my pay. I think I'm getting depressed. Me. We appoint you Counselor of the Chamber. May your aura be strong, your posture confident. Speak truth to power without fear, and may your logic be unassailable. Bullies will not dare to trouble you. That evening, the worker came back with an update. Holy cow. I confronted my boss today, and not only did he not get mad, he offered me a raise. Counselor of the Chamber is amazing. A young woman wrote, Your Majesty, I gain weight just by drinking water. I have no self-control with food and no motivation to exercise. It's so hard to lose weight. Me. We appoint you Steward of the Feast. May you eat without gaining. May lattes not add to your waistline. May your metabolism be swift and your weight loss healthy. A week later, she returned. Your Majesty, I've actually lost weight. 7 pounds, without dieting or exercising. I'm moving into the steward's office permanently. Someone with social anxiety posted, Your Majesty, I'm terrified of people. I get nervous whenever I have to talk, and social events make me want to disappear. Me. We appoint you warden of the quiet halls. May you enjoy peace and solitude, undisturbed by others. May you find serenity in your own company, and may no one bother you with trivial requests. The user came back with thanks. Your Majesty, no one is asking me to go to parties, chip in for group gifts, or help them move anymore. I can finally live my life in peace. Overnight, my channel blew up. The viewer count went from 100 to 1,000 to 10,000, then 50,000. I was trending on every platform. Unemployed due to Appoint's Royal Court, the Imperial Seal livestream. Don't subget a title every night at 8 p.m. My livestream transformed into a digital throne room. The chat flew by, a blur of synchronized text. Long live the king. Long live the king. The entire spectacle was unlike anything else in the streaming world. It was completely surreal. After I went viral, the first person to contact me wasn't a hater, but a platform official. A site administrator with a big, orange verified checkmark entered my stream and posted publicly in the chat. Platform admin, hello streamer. We must ask you to refrain from promoting superstitious content. Please maintain a positive, healthy, and compliant broadcast. I remained perfectly calm. We are not promoting superstition, I said to my camera. We are simply offering blessings and positive energy to our viewers. We do not harm, we do not break the law, we do not scam, and we do not milk our followers for money. This broadcast is fully compliant. The admin was silent for about 10 seconds. Platform admin, Your Majesty, could you maybe appoint me to something? I've been working so much overtime lately, I'm about to lose it. The entire chat exploded. Official endorsement. IT doesn't get more legit than that. LMAO, even the admin can't resist. This is now a government-sanctioned royal court. It's legal to attend. Your Majesty, hook the admin up. I burst out laughing and raised the seal. Granted, we appoint the administrator prefect of the 9 wards. May you guard the order of this platform. May your overtime be effortless, your mind serene, and may you find favor with your superiors. The admin replied instantly. This servant obeys. Thank you, Your Majesty. From that day forward, I had a permanent green light. No more throttling, no shadow banning, no warnings, no violation notices. The platform even started actively promoting my channel. The officials themselves were in on the bit. That was a first for the entire internet. Soon, everyone from local news outlets and TikTok creators to random passers-by, college students, and office workers flooded my stream. My concurrent viewer count stabilized at over 200,000, peaking at 500,000. I went from a broke loser who couldn't pay rent to the one and only Livestream Emperor on the web. But I set 3 rules for myself from the very beginning, and I stuck to them religiously. First, I would not accept expensive gifts, only the freebie likes and hearts. Second, I would not do sponsored content, cash grabs, or fake ads. Third, I would not use scripts, fake drama, or manipulate my audience for views. I made a public declaration to hundreds of thousands of people. Hear ye, my loyal subjects. We do not depend on you for our livelihood, nor do we seek your money. We will only accept the free gifts. Anyone who sends an expensive one will be immediately blocked. Our only purpose is to grant you blessings, to have your back, and to lift your spirits. The audience was deeply moved. The chat was a waterfall of praise. The most wholesome streamer on the internet. You literally can't find another creator this genuine. I'm a fan for life. I'm with His Majesty all the way. Other streamers want your money. His Majesty wants to bless you. The difference in class is staggering. My fans spontaneously organize themselves into official-sounding groups. The Royal Guard, the Imperial Army, the Secret Service, the Athenaeum Scholars, the Counselors Guild, and the socially anxious wardens of the quiet halls. If anyone came into my stream to troll, harass, or argue, my officials would immediately engage them in civilized debate. No name-calling, no shouting matches, no passive aggression. Just calm, reasoned arguments delivered with an unshakable aura. After all, they had been royally appointed. They were dignified, righteous, and not to be trifled with. With fame comes trouble. That's a universal truth. I hadn't been popular for more than 10 days before a local influencer set his sights on me. His screen name was King Carter, but in reality, he was just some unemployed guy who rented luxury cars to pretend he was a trust fund baby, picking fights with other streamers to leech off their traffic. His entire brand was built on being loud, obnoxious, and starting drama. He had no shame. He stormed into my stream, sent the cheapest possible heart emoji, and then started with the passive-aggressive comments. Well, if it isn't His Majesty. Nice act you got going. That seal cost you, what, $9.99 on Amazon with free shipping? How much do your writers charge per day? Don't you feel bad scamming all these poor people? My viewers were instantly enraged. Your Majesty, destroy him. Your Majesty, dispatch the troops. Appoint him captain of the Mine Brigade. Let him experience the pain of the captain of Candor. I didn't want to engage with someone like him. It was beneath the office. But he kept escalating, moving on to personal attacks, and encouraging his followers to mass report my channel. I sighed. If you insist on a confrontation, then we shall indulge you. I accepted his request for a split-screen stream. King Carter's face appeared, smug and arrogant. I'm telling you, I'm going to get you canceled tonight. Your whole act is fake. I challenge you to a PK battle. If you lose, you have to smash that stupid seal on camera. I remained stone-faced. We do not engage in petty squabbles. We only appoint. I lifted the obsidian seal and brought it down gently in the direction of his face on the screen. We appoint you Marquis of Clarity. He scoffed. Marquis of Clarity? Sounds fancy. What's it do? Gonna scare me to death? I replied. It grants you a life of honesty. You will not deceive. You will not lie. You will not do evil. You cannot keep a secret. You cannot tell a lie. You cannot maintain a false persona. Is that all? He sneered. Looks like you're all out of tricks. The next second, his expression changed. His face went slack, and his mouth started moving on its own, a torrent of confessions pouring out. Actually, I'm not a rich kid. The car is rented, the apartment is rented, the money is borrowed, my followers are bots. I trick my fans into sending me gifts, and I've been leading on some of my female followers, and I'm sorry. The chat was dead silent for 3 seconds. Then the entire server seemed to explode. Ahahaha, Marquis of Clarity. A life of honesty. OMG. He's been granted the power of full disclosure. His Majesty is a savage. This appointment is a nuclear bomb. Every scammer in the country needs to be appointed a Marquis of Clarity. King Carter's face was turning green. He desperately tried to cover his mouth, but the words kept coming. I also commit tax fraud. I'm deep in debt with online lenders. He broke down sobbing, ended the split screen, and immediately his account was deleted. All his videos vanished. He was wiped from the internet. I became a legend in one night. A saying started making the rounds online. You can mess with the devil, but don't mess with the emperor. One stamp of his seal, and you'll be confessing everything. My online world was stable, but my real life was about to get messy. The neighborhood I lived in was already sketchy, and after I got famous, it was inevitable that some people would get jealous and have bad ideas. One night around 11:30, just after I'd signed off, I went downstairs to grab a food delivery. As I rounded the corner in the stairwell, 3 burly, tattooed guys blocked my path. The leader had a thick gold chain and a buzz cut. He reeked of cheap beer. Hey kid, I hear you got a magic seal. How about you appoint me the richest man in the world? You do that, or you're not walking out of this building tonight. My heart hammered in my chest. They were here for the seal. I clutched it in my pocket and tried to stay calm. The seal can only grant positive energy, luck, and character buffs. It can't be used for anything illegal, violent, or for instant riches. It wouldn't work. The man lost his patience and lunged for my bag. Cut the crap. You're going to do it one way or another. His hand grabbed my shirt. I didn't have time to think. I whipped the seal out of my pocket, held it up in front of his face, and shouted, "We appoint you warden of the peace." The next second, something bizarre happened. The man who had been so aggressive a moment ago froze solid. Then he straightened his posture, put his hands behind his back, and spoke with the utmost respect and contrition. Your Majesty, I was wrong. I shouldn't have caused trouble. I shouldn't have tried to bully anyone. I'm going home now to be a better person, a good son to my parents. I'm done with this life of crime. His two friends stared dumbfounded. Bro, what's wrong with you? Are you okay? The man shot them a furious look. Shut up. Apologize to His Majesty with me, right now. The three of them bowed a perfect 90 degrees in unison and shouted, We were wrong. Then they turned and fled, scrambling over each other to get away, disappearing into the night. I stood there, my takeout getting cold in my hand. I finally understood the system's warning. Those with malicious intent who touch the seal will be overwhelmed by its sovereign aura, instilling awe and compelling them toward betterment. In the face of true authority, evil didn't even stand chance. That night, I went live again and told my viewers exactly what had happened. The chat went nuclear. The screen was a wall of text. Protect the king. Royal Guard, assemble. Anyone who touches His Majesty will have to go through U.S. Imperial Army, on standby to defend the throne. Overnight, my fans became my citywide protection detail. Many viewers who lived nearby started driving patrols around my building every night, calling it their royal protection duty. I became the safest, most respected, and most unmess-with-able streamer on the entire internet. After I'd been popular for 3 months, several of the country's top MCNs, talent agencies for creators, came calling. The CEO of one of the biggest firms drove to my rundown apartment himself. He was dressed in a sharp suit and put on a very sincere act. Leo, I've been watching you for a long time, he said, getting straight to the point. You have the traffic, the buzz, the audience. If you sign with us, I can guarantee you a salary of at least $1 million a year. We'll package you into a top-tier star. Sponsored content, merchandising, scripted drama. You could be making tens of millions a year, easy. I smiled and politely declined. My stream doesn't do sponsorships, we don't milk the audience, we don't do scripts, and we don't take money from viewers. We only appoint and offer blessings. The CEO's face hardened. Don't be naive, he said, his voice laced with threat. What you're doing has no barrier to entry. We can hire an actor and replicate your entire shtick in a week. When we do, not only will you be left with nothing, we will crush you until you're completely irrelevant. I picked up the obsidian seal from my desk and placed it gently in front of him. You could try. He was furious. He reached out to grab the seal, wanting to inspect it. I warned him calmly, don't touch it. You anger the throne, you suffer the consequences. You've been warned. He scoffed. I'm touching it. What are you going to do about it? The instant his fingers brushed the edge of the obsidian, he jerked back as if electrocuted. His face went pale, and a cold sweat broke out on his forehead. He stumbled backward, his legs trembling. His eyes were wide with a primal fear. He told me later that in that moment, he felt like he wasn't facing a 23-year-old kid, but a 1,000-man army. He couldn't even breathe. He was completely broken. His voice shook. I'm leaving now. Forget the contract. You do you. I won't bother you again. He bolted for the door and ran faster than I'd ever seen anyone run. I looked at the seal on my desk and ran my thumb over its cool surface. It was never a toy for power or a tool for making money. It was a measure of a person's heart. If your heart is true, it protects you. If your heart is twisted, it corrects you. If your heart is kind, it grants you warmth and courage. After that, my stream began to change. It was no longer just a place for laughs, stunts, and novelty. It became an emotional sanctuary for countless ordinary people. Every night, hundreds of thousands of people would crowd in, not for a title or for good luck, but simply to be seen, to be comforted, and to be told just once that they were good enough. Someone who had just been dumped would type through their tears, Your Majesty, I was cheated on. I gave him everything, and he betrayed me. I don't think I'll ever be able to love again. I would appoint them Knight of the Serene Heart. From this day forward, you will not love those who hurt you, nor dwell on that which is broken. Love yourself, respect yourself, and a true partner will find you. You are wonderful, and you deserve to be treated with sincerity. Someone who had been belittled by their parents their whole life, their self-esteem ground to dust. Your Majesty, my parents tell me every day that I'm useless, a failure, a disgrace to the family. I feel like my whole existence is a mistake. I would appoint them champion of the unbroken. You do not need to live up to anyone else's expectations. You are your own kingdom. You are amazing, and you deserve to be loved and respected. Someone who failed their grad school exams, their civil service tests, their professional certifications, and was on the verge of giving up. Your Majesty, I've worked so hard for years, and I keep failing. I feel like my life is over. I would appoint them emissary of the rising tide. A hidden dragon in the deep is not without power. It is merely waiting for the right moment to soar. This temporary setback is just so you can fly higher in the future. Someone dealing with workplace bullying, being ostracized by colleagues, and exploited by their boss. Your Majesty, go to work every day feels like attending a funeral. I can't take it anymore, but I'm too scared to quit. I would appoint them warden of equanimity. May you carry yourself with dignity, neither arrogant nor submissive. May cruel people avoid you, and kind people help you. Hold fast to your principles, and all will be well. Someone suffering from depression, anxiety, insomnia, and crippling self-doubt. Your Majesty, I can't sleep at night. I always feel like I'm not good enough. I'm just so tired of living. I would appoint them Lord of a quiet mind. From this day on, may your heart be at peace. No more self-criticism, no more anxiety. Sleep well, live well. You're already doing great. You don't have to push yourself so hard. My stream became a place of laughter, tears, warmth, and healing. More and more people started leaving me messages. His Majesty's stream is the only thing I look forward all day. I get put down and bullied all day, but when I come to court at night, I feel instantly healed. I don't even want a title. I just want someone to tell me, with conviction, you are good. You are not the problem. I finally understood. In this day and age, we are all so tired. The rat race, the pressure, the anxiety, the gaslighting, the negativity, the loneliness, the helplessness. What we're missing isn't money or material things. What we're missing is a word of affirmation, a bit of courage, a little good luck, and the feeling of being truly believed in. And I, Leo Miller, holding this ancient seal in a tiny apartment, looked at a screen and bestowed upon every stranger who came to me a piece of that missing light. I've been streaming for 6 months and have heard countless moving stories, but there's one that broke through my defenses and that I'll never forget. It was one night, just a minute after I gone live. A viewer with the username Mom Waits For You sent 10 of the platform's most expensive gift icons back to back. I immediately stopped them. Ma'am, please don't send gifts. We don't accept expensive ones. Whatever difficulty you're facing, just tell us. If we can help, we will. The message she typed in the chat was heavy with unshed tears. Your Majesty, my son has been missing for 3 years. 3 years ago, he was lured into a cult. We haven't heard from him since. I've spent 3 years looking for him. I've filed police reports, put up flyers, traveled across half the country. I've spent every penny I have. I've nearly worked myself to death. I'm at the end of my rope. I really am. I'm begging you. Please appoint my son to something. Let him be safe. Let his mind be clear. Let him want to come home. Let him find his way back. I'm on my knees, begging you. The chat went completely silent. Hundreds of thousands of people, and not a single comment. Everyone was waiting for my response. I was quiet for a long time. A notification appeared before my eyes. Cannot force a search. Cannot alter fate. Cannot control the will of another. May only bestow a righteous mind, positive energy, mental clarity, and the will to return home. I gripped the seal, my knuckles turning white. My voice was low but steady and powerful. We appoint your son Envoy of the homecoming. May his mind be righteous and unclouded by deception. May his spirit be strong and unbowed by oppression. May his thoughts be clear and immune to manipulation. May his long journey home be guided and protected. May he return soon, for a mother and son to be reunited. I couldn't make him appear instantly before his mother, but I could give him the clearest mind, the most resolute spirit, and the most powerful desire to return home. I looked at the camera and bowed deeply. Ma'am, please have faith. He will come back. He will come home safe and sound. The chat flooded with messages of comfort and hope. He will definitely come back. The envoy of the homecoming will always find his way home. The king's word is law. It will come true. Ma'am, please stay strong. Your son is coming home. 7 days later, the viewer named Mom Waits For You appeared in my stream again. She posted a long message in the chat, one that I will remember for the rest of my life. "Your Majesty, my son is back." He came to his senses on his own, escaped from the compound, and went straight to the police. He helped them take down the entire operation. He said that for the past 3 years, he's been in a daze, like he was living in a dream. Then, 7 days ago, he said it was like a fog suddenly lifted in his mind. He had an overwhelming urge to come home, to see me, and he was terrified that he was on the wrong path. He found his way to a bus station and came straight home. "Your Majesty, you are a living saint. You saved our entire family. Thank you." The entire stream was in tears. The chat was a blur of a single sentence. "Long live the king. May the people be safe and the nation prosperous." My own eyes welled up. In that moment, I truly understood. The real power of this seal was never about the authority of a king. It was about protecting the peace of the people and guarding the goodness in their hearts. And that brings us to the end, or at least to now. I still go live every night at 8 p.m. I haven't signed with an MCN. I don't do sponsored content. I don't try to make a quick buck. I don't take ad deals. And I haven't commercialized a single aspect of my stream. I still live in that tiny walk-up apartment. I still eat instant ramen sometimes. I'm still just Leo Miller, a normal 23-year-old. But I'm not anxious anymore. I'm not lost. I don't hate myself. And I don't feel like a failure. Because I know that I'm doing something meaningful, something valuable, something that brings warmth to others. My channel bio is still the same line of text it's always been. No sponsors. No pecavates. No scripts. Only appointments. Only blessings. Only heart. My viewer count holds steady between 500,000 and 1 million. But the atmosphere is always clean, warm, positive, funny, and healing. There are no fights, no drama. People often ask me, "Your Majesty, do you want to be a huge influencer? Do you want to be rich and famous?" Every time, I just smile, shake my head, and give the same answer. We have no desire to be an influencer, or to be rich, or to be famous. We just want to be a temporary sanctuary for all of you. When you're tired, come to court. We'll appoint you to something and help you recharge. When you're struggling, come to court. We'll give you a buff and have your back. When you're lost, come to court. We'll tell you, you are great. You can do this. You deserve every good thing in this world. This world is a grind. Life is hard. Sometimes it's enough to make you want to break down. But we can be there for each other, support each other, and be a light for each other. I, Leo Miller, 23, former unemployed loser. Now, with an ancient seal in my hand, I sit in front of a small screen, and for all the ordinary people of the world, I appoint my court and offer my blessings. I was never a king, and I'm certainly not a god. I'm just a normal person who is willing to give you a little courage, a little warmth, and a little bit of support. Late that night, after I signed off, I turned out the lights. Moonlight streamed through the window, falling on the obsidian seal. I picked it up, and in the empty, silent room, I gently stamped the air. We hereby decree for all the people of the world. May you have peace and joy, and may your wishes be fulfilled. May you have a light in your heart and live this life without regret. May you be free from anxiety, from self-doubt, and from inner turmoil. Be the sovereign of your own life and the guardian of your own kingdom. Outside, the night was gentle, and the lights of the city glowed brightly. This world I knew was worth living in, and I would always be here, watching over my stream, watching over my court, and watching over every soul in need of a little warmth.